friends, it's Kayla. Thank you for stopping by for a visit today. And I want to say to all of you, thank you so much for the prayers for my parents. That just means the world to me. Like, that is the most important thing you can do for me at this moment, is pray for my parents. There's no new news on my dad. He's stable and just kind of coasting. That's what they call it when they're just like stable and, nothing's happening. They're not changing anything. Keeping everything the same and just letting him be. And so, that's what it is. My mom is the same. She's the same. We'll be going over there here in just a little bit and getting her night meds, her insulin shot, and all that kind of stuff for her, and take her something to eat and drink, and, all that kind of stuff. So, but I did want to say that I appreciate the prayers for my parents so very much. You just don't know. As I was reading your comments, I was just crying, that you're praying for my parents. Thank you so very much. Today I'm wearing a Loom knit hat. I just really like Loom knit hats. I have some crochet hats, but I really like the look of the knit hats. I mean, if I could needle knit, I like knitted hats more than crochet hats. So, I can't needle knit, but I can loom knit. And so I always make the brim. I don't like it with, that fold up brim. Some people make the brim and then fold it over and loom knit that together and then make hat. I don't like those for myself. I like to make a brim and then loom knit the hat. So this is one I had made a couple years ago with just kind of spring Easter colors. So I pulled that out and was wearing that yesterday, and so I just stuck it on today because I often wear a hat in the house because it just helps keep my core body temperature. Sometimes I get too hot and have to take it off, but at times in my house it's cool because trees are surrounding the house, and so the sun doesn't shine directly on the house. It's shadowed by trees. And so sometimes it's cooler in my house than it is outside. And, I just wear a hat sometimes to keep my core body temperature up. That helps with my hands, keeping them warm. So anyway, friends, I wanted to share a finished project. So I'm using the book Crochet Cute Critters. It's Repeat After Me, Sarah Zimmerman. It's 28/6 amigurumi patterns, and these patterns are very easy to follow. I will say that on these, this is really funny. I mean, for me, this is kind of funny. Used to, I did all of my in the round projects like this, or so I would do like the round, chain one, and then the round. And then remember, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I have no idea, I tried to make that Loch Ness Monster, and it was in the round, like you just did the next stitch. You did not chain one to go to the next round. And so, I did make the Loch Ness Monster, and it turned out very well. I just didn't follow the pattern because my stitch count was way off. I couldn't keep up with it. And then you all told me to use a stitch marker in the last stitch for the round, and then start the new round. So I did that, and it's been easy peasy ever since. So this book actually does call for you to chain one and then start the next round, but I'm not doing that. When you do that, it kind of leaves a little seam there, and so I don't want that. So I'm not chaining one and doing the next round. I'm just doing the next stitch. I put a stitch marker on my last stitch for that round, and then I just start the next stitch. And so that's kind of funny that this is this is the only way I could do it, and now I don't even do that. Matter of fact, I was making the last part of my rabbit, and I noticed it said chain one, and I was like, I'm supposed to chain one? And then I was like, was I supposed to do that the whole rabbit? And I looked back, and yes, after every line, round 16, round 17, round 18, it says chain one. But you know what? I didn't even see that. Like, I just didn't even pay attention to that chain one. It wasn't like I was purposely not doing it. I just kind of assumed you wasn't supposed to, you know? So anyway, that's just a story. So I'm using this book, and so let me just show you what I want to make my nieces and nephews all something for Easter. And so my little great niece Hazel, she's about 1.5, well, she'll be 2 in June. She only plays with stuffed animals. She won't play with any other toy, and she calls all her stuffed animals Puppy, the ones that she plays with. And so I thought I would just make her a rabbit. But I didn't want to just make a pink rabbit, so I wanted it to be, you know, pretty and interesting for her. So I made her this rabbit, but it kind of looks like a puppy, right? I mean, she's going to call it a puppy no matter what it was. It could be a frog, and she's still going to call it a puppy. So, but I thought it kind of looks like a puppy. I did try to give it a little rabbit nose and mouth there. But I think Hazel will like that. I picked this colorway, which is Red Heart, Super Saver, Fair Owl. It's Candy Bonbon. And so I used, this is what I have left over. And remember, variegated skeins are smaller than, you know, solid color skeins. But that's what I used. That's what I have left over. And this is, you know, what I made. So this was... sorry, 236 yards, and that's what I have left over. I thought about making a little bow and putting on the ear, but you know, Hazel's not quite 2, so that's not going to impress her. So I'm just going to leave it as is. Usually when I have made these kind of animals, I'll tie just a ribbon, you know, tie a ribbon around the neck, but I don't think that's going to impress Hazel either. So I'm just going to leave it just like this and give it to her. And I think it does have a puppy look to it. So I think she'll like that. She loves stuffed animals, like I said. That's all she will play with. So here is, let me just show you. Here's the book that shows it. You can see in the picture, it shows the arms to the front. I don't like that. That kind of looks stupid to me. My opinion. That's my opinion. So I put the arms to the side. Now, if it was a dog or like a deer or something, or a horse that was going to sit up on those front arms, I would have done the arms like that. If the arms were going to touch the floor, you know, by its feet, like if the arms were going to go in between the legs and touch the floor to help hold it up, I would have done the arms in the front like that. But that just kind of looks stupid to me, to have the arms like that and they're not like supporting it or anything. So I did my arms to the side to look a little more, you know, normalish. I don't know. I just didn't like the placement of the arms in the book. So, you know, don't be afraid to change up patterns. I did use my H hook on this, and so this is the size. I didn't take the measurements, but you can tell it's a nice size. So that's what I made Hazel. So, and I'm going to be honest with you all, I hot glued this. I hot glued those ears on. I hot glued the head on. I hot glued the arms on. I hot glued the legs on. And I hot glued that leg on. Okay, you cannot see the hot glue. You can't even tell that it's hot glued at all. I mean, I just barely used any hot glue in there. You know, I didn't like gob it on. I used enough, but not too much. And you can't even tell. And I have made other projects with, hot gluing them together, and I have pulled and tugged and, put it through the test, and it's fine. It is fine. You can't pull it off. Once that hot glue hits the yarn, that hot glue is not coming off. You cannot remove it. And so if you take 2 yarn pieces and put it together, it's there. It is there. You can't rip it off. So anyway, that's what I made Hazel. Now I'm making she's my great niece. And then what I'm making for my 2 nephews is I thought I would just make everybody something out of this book. So, hold on. So I'm making my 2 nephews this snake, but I'm making it really long, and so I'm trying to use the whole skein of yarn to make that up. So anyway, I've got one finished and one almost finished. I could just probably finish it up this evening. I don't know. The deal with that, is it's just uncomfortable. The snake is so long, and so I'm crocheting. I got the snake here, and you have to turn it and crochet. And I mean, the snake is like, it's just uncomfortable because I have to hold it up because the snake is just so long there. So it is kind of uncomfortable making that. But I'll get it done. I'm close to the end of the tail. And then that's for my 2 nephews. And then I have another great niece that I asked her mom what, animal would she want. And she said a puppy. She said she's been wanting a puppy. So I'm going to make her this puppy. And her favorite color is purple. And she is 4. And so I'm going to make her this puppy. I actually already started it. I'm about 10 rows in on the body. So I'm making the puppy light purple and then dark purple accents on it. So I had some Michael's Craft Smart purple yarn, the new one that's really soft. And so that's what I'm doing for little Jada. And then I have another great niece that is 15, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to make for her. I haven't decided. I'll have to come up with something. Maybe a unicorn? I don't know. I'll ask her mom what I could make for her. I know she don't want a little kitty stuffed animal, but I want to make her something. So anyway, someone had asked me about my father's grandchildren. So this is his lineup. He has, I think my brother's like 37 or 38. And so he has a granddaughter that's either 37 or 38. I'll say 37. Okay, so he has a granddaughter 37, a granddaughter 34, a grandson 30, a grandson 22, then a great-granddaughter 15, a grandson 5, a great-granddaughter 4, a grandson 2.5, and then a great-granddaughter 1.5. So that's the lineup of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. They're kind of mixed up in there. And my 2 are the 30-year-old and the 22-year-old grandsons. We don't have great-grandchildren from me. just from my sister. My sister was 6 years older than me. She passed away in 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And then there's me. I'll be 51 next month. And then my brother is 13 years younger than me. So he's either 37, 38, I'm not sure, from where his birthday falls, but he's right at 13 years younger than me. So anyway, guys, I just appreciate you all watching. I am going to go probably work on this little purple puppy some because it's easy. And right now, I like easy. I don't like to make anything complicated. I just need easiness in my life right now. I don't want anything complicated. And that goes for everything. Like, I just need everything easy peasy. So anyway, guys, I will see you all again tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.